Let's go, Xiao said softly, before leading Xiao and the Five Poisons group towards the palace. That woman is really ruthless. No wonder she's from Heartless Valley. She embodies heartlessness, Feng Hong remarked, unable to hold back. Clearly, if Xiao hadn't dealt with the Black Heart earlier, those standing guard might have been slain without warning by those who turned. If that had happened, they would have had to deal with unknown, mysterious creatures within the palace while also fending off these newly empowered transformed beings, truly a battle on two fronts. Those from Heartless Valley really are something else. If not for Xiao, we might have... A strong voice choked out from within the crowd, casting a resentful glance at Bing Shui, who remained unfazed. Move. A moment later, the strong 7-star Do Di from various sects surged towards the palace doors, including Hua Lixin, Qi Haoqing, Gu and I, Wang Xie, Meng Fei, Xing Long, Xiao Yin, Bing Shui, and a few unfamiliar 7-star Do Di. This palace is really eerie. Something feels off. Mu Feng couldn't help but voice his thoughts as they approached the ajar purple crystal palace doors. What do you mean? Song Yu asked, slightly surprised, though he had a lasting impression of Mu Feng for deciphering the mysterious iron doors trigrams from the start. Can't say specifically, but the entities inside seem to possess skills similar to the yin-yang techniques I know, Mu Feng explained, shaking his head. The yin-yang techniques are said to be one of the mysterious skills in the Great Thousand Worlds, Feng Hong added as he stepped forward. Perhaps, Mu Feng replied as he moved slightly ahead. Any discoveries? Xiao asked with a glance towards Lung Fufeng. None. This palace is vast. Stepping through the entrance is just the beginning, Lung Fufeng pointed out. Humph. Xiao, this time you'll regret it, Gu and I taunted. Having teamed up with Wang Xie and Qi Haoqing, an apparent consensus reached among them. Xiao ignored their words, pressing on. As they neared the palace doors, a keen sense of caution took over everyone, and they arrived at the doors of the Purple Crystal Palace. Enter, someone rallied, but the strong ones hesitated. The palace was too mysterious. Entering could mean death. Despite their 7-star Do Di power, caution prevailed. Swish. Bing Shui shook his head slightly, opened his oiled paper umbrella, and gracefully glided towards the ajar door with a light tap. Does he know something? Xiao thought, deeply unsettled. With the earlier Black Heart incident in mind, Heartless Valley likely held secrets. Mu Feng, let's go. The rest, stay here, Xiao commanded, dashing to follow Bing Shui. Feng Hong, Song Yu, and the 7-star Do Di strongmen exchanged glances, then followed suit. They understood. This was the final stop of the ruins. Despite the danger, they had to proceed. Will they be all right? Xiao couldn't help but worry. Xiao had left them to ensure Yuru's safety amidst the chaotic crowd. Without powerful individuals to maintain order, things could easily spiral out of control. Don't worry, Xiao is powerful, and with Mu Feng, they'll be fine, Qi Xian reassured as silence fell over the group. Creak. As they entered the Purple Crystal Palace, the door shut behind them. The palace was enormous, perhaps as vast as a sect, and the door, crafted from unknown materials, seemed unbreakable even with everyone's combined strength. Our retreat is cut off, Mu Feng observed after carefully inspecting the door. What a mysterious space, echoed the sentiment amongst all, though no concerns were publicly aired given the group's strength. Upon entering, they were engulfed by pitch-black darkness, so thick they couldn't see their hands before them, fueling fear. There's something strange about this place, Xiao noted. As an alchemist with a heightened soul perception, he sensed something others couldn't. Bing Shui, have you discovered anything? Song Yu asked, noticing the group remained unresponsive. At this moment, it seemed their hopes rested solely on Bing Shui. This place, it's strange, Bing Shui replied with a nod. One wrong step, and you might not survive. What kind of place is this? Someone exclaimed. Isn't Xiao Yu Fairy supposed to be kind-hearted? How could her inheritance palace harbor such terrifying things? Heh, you don't even know how Xiao Yu Fairy fell. How can you be so sure about her character? Gu and I retorted, unfazed by the surrounding darkness. Thump thump. As their argument heated up, Xiao suddenly shouted, drawing attention to himself. This guy, Bing Shui murmured, surprised. She recognized the secrets of this place only because her master had profound knowledge of Jiao Yu Fairy. With the sound, swish swish, Xiao Yan's voice fell, and an eerie silence swept the area. Drip, drip. In the next breath, something seemed to drip from the darkness, plunging the space back into silence. Who is it? Song Yu frowned, asking urgently. It was a strong practitioner from another sect, an early 7-star Do Di, Feng Hong answered, helping the attacked individual. What attacked you? Song Yu inquired, sensing it was something mysterious. Silence was his only response as the void swallowed up his question. There's no need to ask. Xiao Yin broke the tension. This person is already dead, and the cause of death is different from those outside. This time, it pierced straight through the heart. It seems we've angered something here. Xiao Yan's voice resonated through the gloom. What? Meng Fei questioned, puzzled by Xiao Yan's sudden revelation. This guy's heart is also gone, Xiao Yan continued, peering into the darkness as if he had identified the mysterious creature. Beside him, Bing Shui silently observed Xiao Yan, indicating she might also be in on the secret of the place. Despite the inexplicable death, Xiao Yan had gathered some clues. The deceased had been the farthest from him, with an early 7-star Do Di, possessing wind attributes. What? Others reacted, their faces becoming visibly uneasy in the dark. It's too dark here. You two are fire-aligned alchemists. Can't you light a fire? Someone implored Xiao Yin and Meng Fei amidst the terrifying silence. We can't use light here, both Xiao Yin and Bing Shui immediately countered. What's going on? Asked Feng Hong and Song Yu, bewildered by their simultaneous declaration. You want to explain? Xiao Yin suggested to Bing Shui, seeming to confer with her. I'm here for Jiao Yu Fairy's inheritance. The lives of others aren't my concern, Bing Shui replied curtly, a bit taken aback by Xiao Yan's insight. So, we're rivals? Xiao Yan laughed, reacting to her response. You could say that, Bing Shui replied. Honestly, I don't want them to know the secret here either. But together, we might not be enough to handle that thing. Why not share what we know? And once we solve the mystery, we compete for the inheritance on our own merits. Xiao Yan proposed, observing Bing Shui closely. Xiao Yan had indeed picked up some hints from the mysterious entity's actions, though he was sure Bing Shui knew more, prompting his negotiation. Sure, Bing Shui agreed after consideration. I can't handle that thing alone either. Why not say so sooner? Mu Feng joked, laughing it off. So, what exactly is it? Others asked, growing increasingly wary as Xiao Yin and Bing Shui reached an agreement. Do you know Jiao Yu Fairy? Bing Shui began. Rumor has it she possessed Do Xian prowess, stunning beauty, and was among the fairest in the great 1,000 worlds. Wang Xie chimed in, though his mention of her beauty carried a hint of irreverence. Jiao Yu Fairy had only one female disciple, immensely powerful, who was accompanied by a jade rabbit spirit. Now, that spirit too has likely become formidable, Bing Shui continued. Why tell us this? Gu and I interrupted impatiently. Don't interrupt, let her finish, Song Yu snapped at Gu and I. Have you ever heard of the mysterious spirit? Bing Shui suddenly asked. Mysterious spirit? What is that? Qi Haoqing asked in surprise. What? A mysterious spirit? Isn't it a sinister creature that feeds on human hearts? Meng Fei's expression turned peculiar upon hearing this. Being a disciple of Pill Valley, he naturally knew about these things. It really is that creature, Xiao Yan and Mu Feng thought to themselves. They had apparently already suspected this all along. The mysterious spirit is an extremely bizarre creature, Bing Shui continued. They thrive in darkness, and upon exposure to light, they enter a frenzied state. In their frenzy, their power significantly increases. If this mysterious spirit goes berserk now, I fear none of us here would be able to escape, Bing Shui remarked. Frenzy? Hua Lixin asked, somewhat puzzled. Going berserk is essentially a state of frenzy, Xiao Yan explained. And how is this connected to its need to consume human hearts? Hua Lixin pressed. The only way for a mysterious spirit to advance is through this method, continued Bing Shui. Originally, Its strength was at the perfect 7-star Do-D level. But after devouring several strong humans, it seems to be on the brink of breaking through to 8-star. 8-star, huh? The many powerhouses present felt a chill at these words. This is merely the entrance of the palace. To get inside, we must deal with this obstacle, Bing Shui reiterated. Is there a good way to handle it? Feng Hong pondered aloud. Despite the mysterious spirits near 8-star strength, they had an advantage in numbers. Fire. Mysterious spirits are naturally of the Yin attribute and have an inherent fear of flames. This is why it attacked that person so suddenly just now. If it weren't for Xiao Yin and I being so close, it might not have been just that one person who died, Bing Shui explained. TSK. Gu and I and the others shuddered. Without any fire attribute among them, even united, they might be no match for the mysterious spirit. So what's the plan now? Someone asked. Let Xiao Yin and Meng Fei lead. As alchemists, they handle fire better than anyone. The rest of us will lure out the mysterious spirit, allowing them to deliver a fatal strike, Bing Shui suggested. All right. Sounds good. The assembly voiced no objections to Bing Shui's plan. By the way, does anyone here have light attributes? Bing Shui asked. Light attributes? Those are rare, beyond the basic 5 elements, noted Song Yu. I happen to have a Do skill scroll with a light attribute, Feng Hong volunteered without reservation. Good. When the time is right, use it to blind the mysterious spirit, giving Xiao Yin and Meng Fei an opening, instructed Bing Shui. Understood, Feng Hong agreed, willing to part with the invaluable scroll. Next, let's pinpoint where this creature is lurking. Remember, do not use life force or any attributes. Any light might spell trouble for us, Bing Shui cautioned again. Got it. They all nodded, aware that triggering the mysterious spirit's frenzy would only bring unnecessary complications. They were all there for the palace's treasures, so nobody would foolishly act contrary. In the darkness, a massive shadow loomed over them, vigilantly observing them. This was the mysterious spirit. Hidden in the darkness, its true form remained unseen. Initially, it intended to kill everyone below, but Xiao Yan's flames made it uneasy, leading it to halt after just one victim. Now, it clutched a beating red heart, consuming it ever so slowly. With a drip, a drop of blood fell from above and landed on Wang Xie's forehead. Wang Xie licked it away and communicated to everyone through spirit power. That creature, it's right above us. That creature, it's right above us. At Wang Xie's spiritual prompting, the other powerhouses nodded in acknowledgement. Other than Xiao Yin and the members of Astrology Valley, everyone was a 7-star Do-D, which meant fear was not an option. Attack! Song Yu commanded. As soon as Song Yu launched his attack, Feng Hong didn't just sit idle. He raised his hand sharply, and even without enhancing it with life force, he could easily deal with the creature using sheer physical strength alone. Other powerful beings also clenched their fists and attacked the mysterious spirit. Swoosh! Swoosh! Before long, their fierce attacks landed directly above. However, Xiao Yin, Mu Feng, and Bing Shui remained still. Boom! 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 After this barrage, the group descended back to the ground, looking displeased. Their assault seemed to have little effect on the mysterious spirit. It's useless. The mysterious spirit's defense is incredibly robust. When it retaliates, it's almost always a deadly strike. We'd need exceptionally strong methods to harm it, one of them remarked. Without using life force, we likely can't generate a terrifying enough attack, Bing Shui added, observing the ineffectual strikes. She sensed the mysterious spirit was still hovering above them, hesitant only because of the presence of Xiao Yin and Meng Fei. If it weren't for them, it might have struck back already. Even so, their seemingly fearsome attack hadn't inflicted significant damage, remaining negligible. This creature's body is really tough, Song Yu admitted reluctantly. Despite using his sword along with sword intent, a strike that would trouble a mid-7-star Do-D didn't faze the mysterious spirit, feeling like hitting solid stone instead. So, what do we do now? Wang Xie queried, realizing the peculiar nature of the mysterious spirit. Continuing this way wouldn't work. We must injure it, then use light to momentarily paralyze it and obliterate it with fiery, thunderous force. Otherwise, once its fear of Xiao Yin and Meng Fei's flames dissipates, we're in trouble, Bing Shui cautioned, shaking her head. Hearing this, the group fell silent. They were powerful but constrained by not using life force. I'll give it a try. Xiao Yin couldn't sit back any longer. Despite holding back for a decisive strike, there seemed no other option, especially since Mu Feng suddenly spoke up. You? A mere late 6-star Do D. What can you do? Wang Xie sneered, belittling Mu Feng's perceived weaker strength. Hee, Mu Feng chuckled, unfazed. He grinned and prepared to initiate an attack. How confident are you? Xiao Yin asked. 70%, Mu Feng replied confidently. Sword, come. Without delay, Mu Feng summoned a wooden sword into his hand, its entire form radiating a crimson hue and adorned with peculiar runes. It was the same type of wooden sword Mu Feng had previously used, yet now it emanated a profound, formidable aura that even surprised Xiao Yin. What is this thing? Xiao Yin marveled, using his keen spiritual perception to notice the mysterious runes on the wooden sword, lending it enormous power. Your sword seems unique, Xiao Yin observed. Hee, you've progressed so much. I can't just stay stagnant, Mu Feng smiled, implying he's also been working hard behind the scenes to keep up. It seems he's really been putting in the effort. Xiao Yin smiled back, aware of the progress his comrades were making. Watch this, Mu Feng declared, raising the sword, then leapt, using momentum to strike the mysterious spirit above. This time, the mysterious spirit, previously motionless, reacted at the menacing force imbued within the complex runes on Mu Feng's sword. Boom, boom, boom. In no time, Mu Feng's attack hit its mark against the mysterious spirit. Roar, roar, roar. Despite anticipating Mu Feng's formidable attack, the spirit hadn't expected such terrifying intensity, feeling excruciating pain from the wooden sword. With the spirit's agonized cries, everyone within the grand hall shifted their attention with surprise. They can't believe he succeeded, many strong individuals uttered incredulously. Though they, with their 7-star Do D power, couldn't move the spirit, Mu Feng, at his level, managed something extraordinary. Mu Feng's attack power might even surpass mine slightly, Song Yu admitted with a smile. Light element. At that moment, Bing Shui urgently called out. The spirit's recent hit made it prime for a light element attack, providing a great chance to succeed. Judgment Nail. In the next moment, Feng Hong unsheathed a white scroll, slowly unfurling it. Instantly, an indescribable aura of terror reverberated throughout the space. Is that really an intermediate immortal tier Do technique, the Judgment Nail? This item is a master of binding. A Judgment Nail of this level could probably immobilize even a formidable 8-star Do D, Song Yu exclaimed, evidently surprised that Feng Hong would carry such a valuable tool with him. As soon as the Do's skill scroll was unfurled, 3 colossal white nails, emanating an infinite glow, appeared instantaneously. Bind! Feng Hong shouted, seeing the mysterious spirit considering an escape. He directed the radiant light to envelop the space, commanding the 3 judgment nails to strike at the mysterious spirit. Bang! 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 The 3 nails darted swiftly, pinning the mysterious spirit just as it attempted to flee. Within moments, they shackled it like chains, securing it tightly. Success! The rest is up to you guys, Feng Hong said, returning to the ground after his triumphant act, addressing Xiao Yin and Meng Fei. No problem. Xiao Yin and Meng Fei responded in unison. In the next moment, a luminous flame appeared in their palms, so intense it seemed to singe the very air around them. Mysterious spirit, prepare to meet your end. Imperial flame. The dazzling flames surged forward, targeting the pinned and immobile mysterious spirit. Only now did the true form of the mysterious spirit become apparent, as it inevitably sensed a creeping dread of imminent death. Is that the mysterious spirit? As Xiao Yin and Meng Fei unleashed their fiery onslaught, the being's true visage came into view for all. The mysterious spirit hovered silently above, standing approximately a meter tall. Its frail body appeared as thin and delicate as a sheet of paper, cloaked in a black membrane. It lacked arms but possessed 10 spidery legs and piercing black eyes, with sneering fangs at the corners of its mouth where traces of fresh blood lingered, inducing a chill at first glance. Boom, boom, boom. The mysterious spirit, trapped by Feng Hong's 3 judgment nails, could not budge, while Xiao Yan's brilliant fire and Meng Fei's fierce attack closed in rapidly. A strange hissing came from the mysterious spirit, terror filling its black eyes. The radiant flames approaching could very well seal its fate. Despite its struggles, there was no breaking free from the judgment nails. Before long, the twin fiery forces of destruction engulfed its body. It caught fire the instant the flames made contact, a chilling scream echoing throughout. It's finally over. With just a few breaths, the mysterious spirit was reduced to ashes before their eyes. A few experts couldn't help but voice their relief. The mysterious spirit had proven to be far more formidable than anticipated. Without Feng Hong's scroll, subduing it would have required considerable effort. This guy's flame is so strange, it fills me with unease, Meng Fei murmured, thoughtfully eyeing Xiao Yan. Clearly, the fiery assault had revealed something to him, something significant to someone with Meng Fei's particular insight. It's done. The mysterious spirit is utterly destroyed. Not a speck remains. Now we can proceed inside. Bing Shui confirmed emphatically, reassuring the gathered experts. As Bing Shui spoke, a collective sigh of relief spread among them. Engaging with the elusive, mysterious spirit without the use of life force had severely hampered their abilities. Fire, Xiao Yan uttered coldly. The surroundings lit up as flames flickered along the palace walls. Here we are. With the mysterious spirit vanquished, the palace's majestic outer structure emerged before them. The grand palace boasted a smooth, polished floor, and the walls were adorned with geometrically arranged lights, enhancing its allure. However, the peculiar lack of pathways suggested this place was a one-way passage. What's that? Someone pointed toward a conspicuous, sunken pit at the palace's center. Should we check it out? The trio exchanged glances before cautiously approaching the pit. The crowd first caught a whiff of a foul, putrid stench, so overwhelming it made their stomachs churn. Their gazes were fixed on the large pit ahead. Within that pit, though not particularly large in area, was a bottomless abyss filled with countless bleached bones. Here and there, freshly deceased human warriors lay, their appearances twisted and eerie, suggesting something profoundly sinister. It looks like this is where the mysterious spirit disposed of its human prey. The mysterious spirit is known for its cleanliness. After feeding, it always arranges the bodies meticulously. Good grief, who knows how many it has devoured, Meng Fei remarked, visibly startled by the sight. The sheer number of skeletons below must number in the hundreds or thousands. This isn't something we should concern ourselves with anymore. Let's move on, Bing Shui commented indifferently, glancing briefly at the scene before speaking up. You guys head on. I'll go back to bring reinforcements. Noticing the inaction of those around him, Xiao Yan decisively declared. After speaking, Xiao Yan, along with Mu Feng, made their way towards the entrance of the grand hall. Xiao Yan, don't get smacked in the head by the door, Wang Xie sneered. This is the final resting place of the Jiao Yu fairy's inheritance. What's inside is too valuable for us to divide, and yet you want to. Though the outside warriors' might was mostly that of the 6-star Do Di, they had the advantage in their overwhelming numbers. I don't care about others, but I refuse to just sit idly by while my people are out there, Xiao Yan firmly stated, dead set on leaving. Do any of you think that this guy is? Wang Xie started to rally others against Xiao Yan, but was surprised to find no one questioned his actions. By exiting to fetch their cohorts, Xiao Yan would undoubtedly lose some time, giving the remaining group the chance to venture into the grand hall. Whatever treasure they uncovered would depend solely on their own feats. Let him go, Bing Shui chimed in, then added. Although, how do we enter when there doesn't seem to be a door leading inside the palace? Feng Hong didn't oppose Xiao Yan's actions, but rather shifted focus on the perplexities of the structure. With the wall's illumination, It was clear this area was just the entrance. The path leading deeper into the palace had mysteriously vanished, leaving them baffled on how to proceed. Indeed, it's puzzling, Walexen remarked. The next moment, Walexen laid down a puppet from their back and whispered something into its ear. Within a few breaths, the puppet sprang to life, revealing the prowess of a mid-7-star Do-D. That one must have discovered something, noticed Songyu and several other warriors, who refrained from confronting Walexen. Knowing little about this place, they had no choice but to rely on others. Creak. Walexen carefully maneuvered the puppet to explore the mystery of the place, yet despite his efforts, no exit was revealed. Strange, Walexen couldn't help but mutter. Damn it, isn't the Xiao fairy making fools of us? It's plain that the site is meant for us, yet there are too many hurdles. This isn't. Meng Fei's frustration peaked as he pounded a section of the wall. Clang! As his fist struck, a hidden stone door creaked open slowly. Beyond it, a creature seemed to awaken, its eyes opening as if anticipating something. A passageway. Gunny's eyes flickered with unusual light. The passage appeared to be triggered by Meng Fei's unintentional actions. Go! As the passage lay revealed, the warriors felt their resolve harden. Even with the anticipation of powerful forces within, retreat was no longer an option. Swoosh, swoosh. In no time, all the warriors surged into the passage, their eyes burning with eagerness. Meanwhile, Xiao and Mu Feng headed straight for the entrance of the Grand Hall. You felt it too? Mu Feng remarked nonchalantly. This palace is too odd, fraught with potential dangers, and exudes some terribly malevolent aura. Even I'm somewhat uneasy with these vibes, Xiao admitted, shaking his head. What in the world is with this Xiao fairy? Mu Feng was equally taken aback by the mysterious energies in the palace. Whoosh! Xiao and Mu Feng didn't linger longer, concerned about others seizing the legacy before them. They gently pushed open the palace doors. It's Xiao. They made it out. They're not dead. The beast inside must be defeated. Let them be, Xiao and Mu Feng decided as they stepped aside, joining Yuru and the others. What's the situation? Just as Xiao emerged, Xiao promptly asked. After all, this palace was integral to the place of inheritance, and nothing could be left to chance. Everything inside has been taken care of. We can go in now, Xiao remarked slowly. Let's head in, Yuru responded eagerly upon hearing this. Yuru, are you hiding something from me? However, Xiao asked with an unusual curiosity. Nothing at all. Why would I hide anything from you? Yuru replied with a slight surprise, though she soon regained her composure. Still, Yuru was deeply shocked inside. Indeed, she possessed the inheritance rune of the Xiao fairy. However, acquiring the full inheritance of the Xiao fairy required sacrificing something personal, something Yuru intended to keep to herself. It seemed Xiao had picked up on something, leading to his suspicion. Let's go, Xiao shook his head. Despite having a gut feeling that Yuru might be withholding something, he acknowledged it wasn't his place to pry further if she chose not to share. With that, the group proceeded towards the palace. With the mysterious spirit subdued by Xiao and his companions, the palace entrance proved rather accessible. Meng Fei had unlocked the path inside, allowing them to easily reach the palace interior. Songyu, why do they look so peculiar, hesitant even, to move forward? It wasn't long before Xiao and the others caught up with Songyu's group. However, it was the 5 poisons who first broke the silence. What lay ahead intrigued the group, a mysterious sight, indeed. Upon entering the Purple Crystal Palace and navigating a narrow passageway, they emerged into a sealed space. This space mirrored the outer area but lacked any sense of danger. Before them lay a conspicuous exit, yet it was blocked by a stump. Upon the stump sat a resplendent, shimmering treasure. At that moment, Songyu's party, including Feng Hong and Gu Enai along with Bing Shui, visibly hesitated, none daring to speak. How do we approach this? Gu Enai finally voiced out. Through his perception, Gu Enai sensed the treasure chest contained items of considerable value, ones he was loath to miss. How do we split it? Open it, and share equally? Bing Shui suggested with a hint of skepticism, for this chest surely promised. Simple enough, we've reached this stage. Let each rely on their strength, Gu and I remarked with a mischievous grin. Confident in their abilities, Gu and I, Qi Haoqing, and Wang Xie formed a formidable trio, assured they could prevail. My apologies then. Hua Lixin frowned as her puppet re-emerged to join the fray. How peculiar this puppet is, Xiao Yin mused upon noticing Hua Lixin's puppet, sensing its complexity. Typically, puppets were crafted like Xiao Yan's, a reanimated corpse capable of attack via special methods. Yet, Hua Lixin's puppet manner defied this norm. Here, puppets functioned more as marionettes, manipulated through arcane means to lethally assault their foes. What terrifying puppets, other experts murmured, perceiving the danger emanating from these constructs. Make your move. In an instant, the gathering of experts turned ferocious, engaging in a fierce brawl. Get the chest first. A voice cried out, and suddenly, amid the chaos, the treasure chest along with a key came into full view. This is mine. With fervor, Gu and I surged forward, life force in play, reaching for the key, only to be thwarted mid-action. Am I so easily ignored? Just then, a blaze shot towards Gu and I, prompting him to retract his hand. Dan Valley's Ming Fei, Gu and I spat venomously, before directing his cohorts to act without delay. Seize the contents inside the chest. We'll split them among the three of us. As soon as the words left his mouth, a monumental fight erupted. Curious, this chest seems to hold a familiar resonance, Xiao Yin murmured, remaining outside the scuffle. He couldn't quite discern how, but the locked chest emanated a mysterious aura, entwined with his spiritual energy, hence the unusual sense of connection. What's on your mind? The chest must contain some valuable items. We'll act when the time is right, Xiao Yin murmured softly, then fell silent. Boom, boom, boom. In the cramped space, Meng Fei, Song Yu, Feng Hong, and Gunny, along with several formidable warriors at the 7-star Do D level, were fiercely battling, all for the enigmatic treasure chest before them. This old bastard, his strength is surprisingly profound, Gunny thought, his heart filled with a tinge of resentment as Meng Fei repeatedly thwarted him. This Solomon's Gunny is no slouch either, Meng Fei muttered, his brow furrowing slightly as Gunny persistently blocked his attacks. Boom, boom, boom.